Welcome back to the VIP podcast. Today I am here with Cara, and I can't wait for her to tell your story, but amazing VIP success. And for any of the women out there that have ever felt like their body's working against them, hear Cara's story today. So, Cara, tell the audience a little bit about yourself and the struggles that brought you to VIP.
Yeah. Um, so I live in Chicago. I'm an event planner, very busy all the time. So not a lot of me time. Um, and my husband and I got married 3 years ago, actually next week, which is really exciting. And because we were older, like I was nearly 40, he was in his 40s, we started trying pretty immediately to expand our family. Oh, getting teary, right? Without
Yes.
any help. It wasn't working. Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
And
Yeah.
it's so weird because sometimes it's like I'm typically totally fine talking about it, and then it hits me. I'm like, I don't know
Yes.
why.
Yes. Yes. Oh, honey. And I can't
So
hear you super well. Do you have like a microphone in?
yeah, I just have a my headphones
Okay.
thing in.
Okay. When you're close to your computer, I can hear you. Yes.
Okay, is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so
You started
we
planning your
started
family.
planning. Yep, and it was like month after month, like nothing, nothing, nothing. And our doctors pretty quickly were like, because you're older and you've been trying for so many months, we like recommend you talk to a fertility specialist. So that journey actually started in Nashville, and we started with, and then kind of on a whim decided to move to Kansas City. So when we went to Kansas City, we had to restart the process completely from scratch with a whole nother set of doctors. Went through multiple rounds of IUIs in Kansas City. Nothing was, without any luck.
Yeah.
Because I was nearly 40, I was kind of not, I'm not against IVF at all. It was more of a quality of life thing. I was already in the doctor's office so many times, a month that I didn't want to up that. And so we probably decided that that journey wasn't probably for us. Um, anyway, from Kansas City, moved back to Chicago. So had to start that journey again all over. And then we got pregnant on our own in December. But
Yes, honey.
we lost our baby. Um, we got pregnant in November. Whew. Lost our baby right before Christmas, and have had many more failed.
Yes, honey.
I'm totally fine talking about it. It's the pressure.
No, I know, honey. I know. And I'm like trying to hear. I know your mic's kind of going in and out a little
Oh
bit.
gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay,
Let
honey.
me. I wonder if I like pull out my.
Yeah. I just want to hear, I want to hear what you're saying
Wonder if
here.
what is this? Can you hear me now?
Beautiful. Yes.
Oh, after miscarriage, was diagnosed with PCOS, which was really frustrating considering I had been to four doctors who had run all the same tests, and it wasn't until I was referred to an endocrinologist, and she was the one that diagnosed me. So it's like, okay, we've only been doing this for 3 years. What the heck? Anyway, kind of rewinding, I might never had a hard time like keeping weight off until a couple years ago. And it like slowly started kind of creeping up. And all of the things that worked for me weren't working. I kind of chalked it up to the fact that I was on infertility medication. I was stressed out, like work was crazy. I didn't have a ton of me time. Um, and then once I got the PCOS diagnosis in February of this year, I'm like, okay, well, this makes sense why I can't lose weight. And they put me on metformin, which like makes you feel like crap. And they're like, okay, watch what you eat and make sure you're exercising and you need to lose some weight. But like other than that guidance, they didn't do anything else. So I like my husband and I eat healthy. I work out, as much as I can throughout the week. So usually like 5 times a week. I walk everywhere. And so it was just really frustrating and difficult because it's like, okay, with this could be a huge factor with her infertility. And it's like, you can't lose weight on PCOS. Like, that is one of the things. It's like, you cannot. And so I um, went to my dear friend Margaret's 40th in Palm Springs.
Margaret Ware.
Margaret. And I'm like, she looked incredible. And so I'm like, freaking, like, who, like, what are you doing? And so she gave me your contact information. And so the rest kind of is like history. But it was like, I know we talked, and the biggest thing, especially with both my infertility specialist and my OBGYN and my endocrinologist, they're like, well, if you're going through the infertility process and trying to get pregnant, you really shouldn't be on a GLP-1. And I'm like, okay. And so I said, our first conversation, like follow up, was like, I think we're gonna like still continue the infertility treatment. So I'm gonna push pause on like
Yep.
starting. And I think it was like what? Not even a month later that I'm like, okay, just tell me what I need to, like, I'm in, like, just tell me what I need to do, because I was so frustrated, like, not feeling like I was in control of my body, and my body didn't feel like my own. And it didn't help that I like have been in the doctor's office, if not every week, every 2 weeks for 3 years. And so and I feel like nobody's help was helping. So
Oh, honey.
anyway, that I like jumped on board. Um, and like the weight just started like coming off and coming off, and I'm like, freaking finally. And so I like didn't tell I like we took a fertility break for the summer too, just because I was emotionally tapped out. And so
Yes.
I'm like, I'm taking the next 3 months to get healthy. I was already pre-diabetic, which was insane to me, considering like I eat healthy and I work out and all of the things. And I'm like, I'm not going into a pregnancy pre-diabetic, because then it's going to just blow into something bigger. So I like I just try to make it as easy as I can, which for me, that's what I need, is like predictability and ease. And so it's like, okay, my breakfasts and my lunches are pretty much all the same. And sometimes I switch it up, but it's like, if I can like just make it simple, then I can like stick to it.
Yes,
The
girl.
biggest thing for me was my water intake, which is fine now, but like before I was severely dehydrated and didn't know it.
Right.
So that is like, I mean, I'm just constantly drinking water now. But it just really was incredible that after, 4 doctors that like should have diagnosed this, and it took us losing our baby for them to like, oh, like something perked up, and read tests a different way, that, and then it's still like they didn't give any advice other than like put me on a high dose of metformin, which like makes you poop all the time. It just
Yes.
is
You're
like,
like, I don't feel
so
good.
it's like I already am feeling crappy, and now I'm feeling even worse. And so just being on, like, having something to work and work quickly, and it was easy, was absolutely like mind blowing, incredible. Like, my husband is like, you look like yourself. You I have more energy. I'm not like moping around all the time. My back is hurting less because I have like a terrible back. So it was just a really huge gift that I gave myself, and like a really crappy time in our lives. So,
Really?
and I'm like, yeah. And so we're like still fully, obviously I'm still fully like in it. So,
Yes.
um,
You're doing VIP because I think it's very safe to say that Kara, you have been through a lot. Physically, emotionally, personally, relationally. You have been through so much to just wanting to be a mama. And that is so hard, but it's also so relatable. And I am so proud of you for sharing your story because of a referral from another client that went through VIP, Kara and I connected, and like she said, she wasn't ready right away, but when she was ready, she was like, Kim, let's go. She didn't feel like herself anymore. She jumped in. We put together a step-by-step nutrition plan for Kara's body to start feeling safe again after
mhm.
everything she went through, and to let go. And so, Kara, where are you today? How much, I mean, the weight was a big deal for you because the weight was literally weighing you down and not making you feel like yourself. So, how much weight have you lost?
I am down 24 pounds in 12 weeks. So,
Wow.
which in like my first week, I think I lost like 5. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is not a big deal.
Like, did you even think that was possible?
No, not at all. I did like my husband and I went to New York last weekend, and I'm like, I need clothes. I don't have anything that fits anymore. And so that was exciting that I got to go shopping because I had gotten rid of all my clothes that didn't fit. So
Amazing.
yeah, it was really fun.
What would you say have been the non-scale victories? So like 24 pounds in 12 weeks, like hello. Shopping for new clothes, that's amazing. But girl, what other benefits have come with this journey for you?
I think just feeling like myself and like being back in control of my body because I felt so out of control before. And again, I was so frustrated with my doctors because it felt like I'm like, okay, nobody's on my team here. And just getting the guidance of things that are like, okay, well, you shouldn't be working out as much as you're working out because it's keeping your cortisol high, which is keeping you from losing weight. And I'm like, I didn't know that until like I started this. And so it's just like basic information. It's like, oh, I wish that somebody would have like guided me from a medical standpoint. And it was like, now the biggest, I think, win is like, I feel like myself. I have energy again. I like am sleeping through the night because I like it's so right, which was a huge thing because I was waking up like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, and then would be up, so sleeping through the night, and I just have energy for a full day. And so, which is
Wow.
like before, it'd be like I'd have the 3 p.m. slump and like could barely keep my eyes open at work. And now it's like, oh yeah, no, I worked a freaking 16-hour day yesterday and like still had energy when I got home. So
Wow. Congratulations, Cara.
thank you.
That is incredible. Your story is just wow. I mean, feeling like yourself in your body again, is there anything better, right?
Yeah.
So, Cara, like, help us understand because okay, so what do you think were some of the key factors that we've put together for you here at
hmm
VIP that have really transformed this journey for you? Like what are some of the key factors?
I think the education around the nutrition was big because it's like I said, I was not eating bad before, but I wasn't getting enough protein and I wasn't getting enough water. And so figuring that balance out was huge. Also, just the workout component, again, education, because I was doing everything that I wasn't supposed to be doing when I thought I was actually doing something good for my body. So
Right.
I think those are probably the two biggest. And I mean, and the water intake. Like I was severely dehydrated, and just that
Right.
like just flushes everything out. So,
Right. Unbelievable. Very good. And like you're hearing it. So like when we looked at Kara's overall plan, we really did factor in like hormone balance and what's best for her body at what times to help her reduce her cortisol
mhm,
levels. And so now she's sleeping through the night. And when she sleeps through the night, that's when her body heals and she wakes up with energy and less cravings. Now, Kara, we did incorporate a low dose,
mhm,
okay? GLP-1 for your body. But we did have you meet with our medical director and make sure that we did this at in a responsible way. Now, I think there's a lot of people out there that might be like, "Oh, this is all just because of the GLP-1." And you and I both know that that's not the
yeah,
truth. Now,
right,
it's a piece of your puzzle, but
right.
if you don't mind just like sharing your experience with VIP and like how we incorporate the GLP-1 for our clients, and what your experience has been like.
Yeah, I think the one thing that was helpful for me is that it wasn't the focus of everything. The focus is on creating healthy lifestyle that is sustainable as your body ages and shifts and changes and whatnot. And I think for me personally, again, the education around the food and the nutrition was huge for me. And really, I don't think I would have had the success on the GLP-1 had I not had that education because I still would have probably been following the same diet which was, fine. But again, it was my protein water intake. I don't think the success would have been as great had I only had the GLP-1. So I think holistically, it's been a great and amazing program because it's not just the nutrition and it's not just the shot. It's the, emotional support when you have big changes like this and when things get hard, and it's the accountability, and it's the holistic approach really is what makes the GLP-1, like, supports that for the program. And so it's again been absolutely mind-blowing to me.
Wow. Cara, well said. Absolutely well said. And just such a testament of what healing can look like when you're ready. And you were so ready and you were ready to make the investment. And was it worth it?
Of course, yes, I
So,
would do it over and over again.
yes, girl. And you heard it from her too. You feel like this is sustainable. So, as you continue to go forward, do you feel like this is something that will be realistic and simple and easy for
Yeah,
you to keep going forward?
yeah, it's so easy. And it's like I've had so many failed attempts before with other programs and things like that, but it's also because it wasn't sustainable. There were like elements of it because it like you're eating space food. You're not eating real whole food. You're eating like a shake. I'm like, so that is not a realistic expectation that you can stay on that long term. This, now that I know how to eat correctly and do what my body needs, like, absolutely. And I've figured out what works best for me personally, and I know everybody else is different,
Yeah.
but when you find those key factors for you and what works in your life, in your activity level, and all of that, it takes some tweaking. But like, because I've been the one who's really orchestrating what this looks like for me, it's like, oh yeah, this is easy. Like, I know exactly what I need to do.
Beautiful. Unbelievable. I got to tell you, I'm humbled to be on this journey with you. It's an absolute blessing to be in this space with you and to have worked with you through this, like you said, very emotional time. And to see you feel that happiness and that joy and that control back in your body again is what we do here at VIP, and we are here to walk alongside you. And that is exactly what we did. And then you get these results and you feel empowered.
Yeah,
So, Kara, so much for
yeah, of
sharing your
course.
story and
Yeah.
sharing your journey. It's amazing. So thank you so much.
No, well, thank you, and thank you the entire team for everything they've done for me and everybody else who's on this program.
Yes, girl. Absolutely. Our honor.